like big flakes, maybe like 4. But I don't think it was snowing. I don't even think it's snowing now. It just kind of like went by.
Went through.
And then it's supposed to rain too. It says.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah,
That's
which
boring.
but then tomorrow's supposed to be 50, so maybe my dishwasher will agree with me and start working.
What? Your
I
dishwasher's
Something's wrong with it. I was like drop kicking the hell out of it like 5 minutes before the show.
But Mike
So,
calls it percussive maintenance.
oh God, I
Doesn't
give
really
it
hit it with something.
I give it one more day. Well, I'll give it one more day, and then I'll make the okay, I'll call somebody thing. But until then, it's hand washing dishes, which is like Sturbridge Village, like olden days. It's like welcome to Strawberry Bank. Oh man. Hey, we got 2 BM Wattses in the thing.
What's better than one? 2.
We have one looking dashing though. Look at that one side shot.
Yeah,
There. Who the hell are you?
It's the thinker.
Oh boy, deal with that.
I think we should all start the podcast like that, frozen frame, like.
And then I'll put it in like a Brady Bunch like 6
Yeah.
quadrant thing. So we're all looking down at each other.
Quadrants.
All right, yeah, 6 quadrants. Is that a redundant? It's not at all. It's not even redundant. All right, shall we get into it?
Show up.
No, I'm gonna go. You guys take it.
Hey, that's the quickest episode yet. 1.5 minutes. Wait for it, and we'll go. And we are live. What's going on? It is the 15th of February. Happy belated Valentine's Day to the beer lovers out there. My name is Brian from Seacoast Beverage Lab, and this, Mother Lovers, is the Seacoast Beverage Lab podcast, episode number 136, and we are coming at you live as per usual every Monday, 8:30. If you are watching and would like to chat, head on over to sblpodcast.com. We're going to get going, and I am drinking, thanks to one at FrostyDG on Twitter, I am drinking a Heady Topper, fresh from the north,
Nice.
about a day or so ago. So cheers to you, brother. Appreciate it. He actually made me pay for this one, so I'm not super psyched about it, but it's still pretty good. He usually drops beer off for free, but this time he's like, nope, the freebies are over.
Yeah, right.
I mean, how long can this friendship go on before I have to start charging you? But no, thanks, Frosty DG. I'm showing you some love. And BM Watts, what's going on, man?
What's up, everybody? Ben Watts here at BM Watts on Twitter. I am drinking a little bit of the Free Rise Saison from Trillium. A lot of people aren't really talking that much about Trillium. They don't get a lot of love in the beer forums. It's kind of a fledgling little brewery that, needs some recognition. So here's a toast to their Saison. It's actually quite delicious. I mean, I know, in all seriousness, everybody goes after their IPAs, but this is a fine Saison. So I'm happy to drink this. Courtesy of Brian and his Massachusetts deliveries. Cheers.
Yeah, and I think it was it's because of those everyone talking about the IPAs on that. It's me seeing like they have an oatmeal porter, they have that, and I was like, I wanted almost makes me want to try the other beers besides IPAs because those if those are good, the other ones have to be good. So I'm glad that's good.
Well,
Yeah, I'm a
yes,
Saison guy. It's my go-to. My go-to style, if you will.
yesterday we popped open a Day and Night, which is their blonde coffee porter.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds great.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what they just opened up the brewery in Canton, Mass. So that allows them to make a ton of bottles come out to stores. So instead of kind of waiting in line where you used to, now you can go to stores and places like Redstone Liquors, some of the craft beer sellers. Sean, does Leary's and
Not yet.
Not yet?
It hasn't really hit the North Shore yet. We don't even have that if often, well, not often at all, but I mean like night shift. We don't even-
Right. And have you been to the craft beer seller in Amesbury yet?
I have not.
I didn't. So I think it opened maybe last week or so, and I wonder if it gets as far north as that. But that's good to see a store like that there. But yeah, cheers, Ben, Carla. What's happening?
Hey, all. Carla here at Beer Babe on Twitter. I'm looking what looks like a unfiltered IPA, but it's actually a Down East Cider House Maple Blend Cider. So changing it up a little bit. Nice and sweet cider. Really quite good.
Wait, I was reading there was a tweet by Good Beer Hunting this morning that I'm not sure if it was a jab at New England IPAs or not, but someone took a picture of someone had gotten a glass of orange juice from Panera. It was super orangey, and it was like, oh, it looks like Panera's getting into like the New England IPA.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We like
yeah, I've definitely seen some mimosa-looking New England IPAs up this way, so it happens.
It's juicy.
And funny, so you guys were just talking about a blonde coffee beer. I was at D.L. Geary's Brewing Company's tasting room over the weekend, and they had one of their pilot batches, because they've got the new little pilot system there, was a blonde coffee stout. So it was yellow in color, beautiful, and tasted like coffee. It was very good.
Nice.
It was
is that
very
in
different from the...
Is
What'd
that
you say?
Portland? Oh, sorry. Is that in Portland?
Yeah, Portland. Yep.
Cool. I don't think I've ever been
So they
there.
have a tasting room down. It's actually just down the road from that little cluster, near Industrial Way. So I went there for the Allagash release, and then popped in and made my rounds over there. So
Nice. What was the Allagash release again?
pick your own.
Pick your own, all right.
Very, very barrel-aged, blended, complex thing. I didn't. They didn't have any on tap to try at the time, but I have the bottle of it, so that'll be fun. And then also while they had this release, they had tasters in the tasting room, and they had their typical tasters, and then the last one on the flight of 4 was like something rare and crazy from their back cellar. So I had 2010 Confluence while I was there,
Whoa.
and 2011 Ghoul Ship sample also.
Jeez.
Was that from
Yeah.
a keg, or do you think was that from a bottle?
It was from a keg.
Wow.
But even the guys in the tasting room were like, I don't know where these beers came from. We didn't even know, like, we had no idea that they were still being saved. Like, somebody at the brewery has some secret corner of some secret room that they put old stuff like that back there. So that was really fun.
Is it just that they're in the back and going, they blow it
Yeah,
off?
probably. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But it was really fun, very well attended too. So it worked out well.
Speaking
and I
about-
popped across the nation too.
Oh wait, how's that over there? Was it crowded over there too?
Yup.
I mean,
it was actually crowded all over there. But I did not stand in line at Bissell, but I did go to Foundation. And they had one that, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of it right now, but they had one that was like a kind of a Mexican hot chocolate kind of stout, where they've got some of the spicy, cinnamony ingredients in there with it, and it was called Fury, but I'll have to look up what the precise additives were, but that was really good too.
I like it.
Nice for a really cold day, which it was. It was one of the days where it was like -20.
Speaking of, well, I mean, you had mentioned something being blended and complex. Sean,
Hey, how's it going?
I don't want to go another minute without introducing your face. What's going on, buddy?
No problem. Sean Jansen here from twobeerguys.com. I'm currently enjoying a Luma from Slum Brew. I'm not sure if you can tell. It is a regular can with a sticker on it.
Nice.
And it comes from their Somerville location. And I believe they use Ironheart canning.
Just gonna ask you. So this Ironheart is the mobile canning situation.
Yep.
Nice. What kind of beer is that? Does it say IPA on the can?
Yeah. So it says a hazy hoppy IPA, 7.3% ABV, and it is a 16-ounce can.
Man,
Not sure if you could tell that from the video.
7.3. What do we got going on here? For the heady, I don't know. 10. Nope, sorry, 8. So we're almost in the same ballpark.
Same ballpark.
Ben, what's the Saison coming in at?
7.3.
7.3. All right, and then Carla, the cider is probably at what 5?
5.4.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's Sean's height, so that's fine. Anyway, you mentioned the cold, Carla, and we talked a little bit about some festivals happening. And last weekend, Sean did something that I don't think anyone, but I guess a lot of people did, but no one should have done. Sean, you were on. It was like below zero, but you were on Lake Winnipesaukee at a beer fest.
Yeah, hosted by Beverage Beer and Soap Company out of Wolfboro. They, in one of the bays, this is their second year that they did it. Basically, they roll down in there with their truck and kind of plow off a spot. There was some ice fishing huts by the same area, and I think there were maybe 25 brewery booths there.
So were they legit booths, or were they out of the trunks of the cars?
So a lot of people was like brought tables and stuff like that, and you kind of just parked your car so that you could kind of get easy access from the ice. It was those who decided to bring drafted jockey boxes probably regretted it because
True.
they had a lot of problems trying to pour beer. One of the interesting things that certain beers throughout the day, because it was really windy and cold, you would literally open up the top, and from top down you would see it starting to freeze and crystallize.
Oh, wow.
And by the time that you actually tried to pour it into a cup, it was like you couldn't get anything out because it was like frozen.
Oh, man.
But it appeared in certain beers, more so lighter beers and darker beers. It occurred more often too, and not every brewery was having that same freezing thing. So I don't know what the right equation was to have that quick freeze. But there was just some people like sitting there like, hey, everything's working fine for me, and the person next to them, every time they pop something open, you got to put it into a cup quick, and basically there was people brought the fireplaces, so you get close to the fireplace with your drink and actually try to warm it up so you can actually drink it.
It was crazy because the week or two leading up to it, we had 40, 50-degree days, so who knows what was going to happen. But man, that cold snap came quick, and I'm not talking Sam Adams cold snap, although I'm sure that was pouring.
No, they did have the new Cascade and grapefruit.
Oh yeah,
Rebel.
Yeah, the grapefruit's not that bad. I don't mind it. But so how many people did you say were thereabouts? Because there's some crazy people.
If you count all the vendors too, there's probably about 300 people.
Whew, man, oh yeah, I chickened out. My wife and I went up to. We were going to go to Portland, but decided to scrap that because it was windy and cold, and then decided to take a page out of Carla's book and go check out Fore River, which is right. We went to the mall first, did a little mall thing, and then drove right over there. And man, I don't know if they built it special for that or was it something else, but it is a nice looking place inside there.
I think it was something else beforehand, but I can't imagine what. I mean, people have told me that it was it used to be just kind of a more of not an industrial space, but it had something to do with it was like more of a commercial space. But you go to this place and it looks like a barn, like just in the middle of this kind of not area where you would think there would be a barn. Yeah. It was bigger on the inside than I expected too, so it was really nice to see that they've got a lot of room for people to hang out, and there were kids there when I was there running around, dogs. It was just one of those places that you could see spending some time or just hanging out with some friends. And what did they have on for beer?
They had the red, which Ben and I had in Kittery on draft in various places. They also had an IPA, which was good. They had a stout, and then a milk stout, and then the stout on nitro, which hit every sort of spot like that. I put a stout on nitro and I'm in, but it was actually really well done. So it wasn't just a gimmick. They knew what they were doing back there. But
you said that was in South Portland?
Yes.
Yeah, it's right across the bridge. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then they also have you can get it wasn't really, I think it was 13 ounces was the max pour of any of those beers, but it was that or a sampler size. So it was nice. They had a little fire going. They had a TV, but what was good about this place, they had a TV, but it had Pandora on it. So it wasn't it wasn't a game. It was just artwork of whatever was playing. So it was neat. Everyone was super friendly. But after that, took Route 1 straight down to Barreled Souls. Haven't been there in a while, which is right after Funtown Splashtown, which obviously was closed. But last time I was there, I think they only had like 5 or 6 beers on. This was maybe a year ago or so, but now they have something like 12.
Oh yeah, they had like 10 or 12 when I was that same day. I had I forget the name of it, but it was bright red.
Cran something?
Yeah, the one with cranberry something.
Yeah, it was like Killer Cran or something, and then we had the one that had habaneros in it, which it wasn't super spicy, but it was like right amount of spicy. And we walked out of there with the smoked amber growler, which was like super like Rausch beer, like man, super super good. And I was gonna open it tonight, but we got to split it. So it's once you crack it open, you can't shut it, you can't close it.
Right.
But yeah, no. So I was super impressed. It was fairly packed there, and then after that, we quickly went down to Band and Horn, which always a good stop. It wasn't super packed, but it was well off. And I didn't know that they had a gin distillery in the same building.
I may have not been aware of that as well. That may be
Yeah, because we walk out I go to the restroom, which is in Portland Pie Company, and then as I'm walking back out through the regular entrance, I look in. And there's my wife getting a sample of gin. I'm like, hey, wait, you can't just sneak off and tell me. Yeah, but it was nice. I mean, they only do gin right now. I forget the name of the place, but it was a super effervescent gin. But yeah, and then is that the same building where Tom Bowles is going, or is it?
No. Okay. His is kind of around the other side of the river, so like it's up and around closer to where like the train track crosses over.
Yeah.
So he's looking at the same river but from the other side.
Oh, gotcha. Yep. Yeah,
so he's by the big smokestack if you're familiar with Biddeford at all.
Yeah.
Should install a zip line.
First step. Get it there.
Or even those like cool like covered pedestrian walkways or something might be kind of neat just to have like a little like backside connection walkway.
Yep.
The beer trail. I don't know.
just one raft with a line that you pull yourself.
They'll just have a whole line of the like inflatable tubes you put around your waist with a little duck coming out the front. Yeah, that's perfect.
Done. Yep.
Hey, does Bandit have ping pong?
They got ping pong.
They do.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they got ping pong. Is it shuffleboard too? There's something.
I don't know if they have shuffleboard because I know that a bunch of the breweries now have shuffleboard, but Barreled Souls has shuffleboard and so does Liquid Riot.
Okay. Yeah, good call. Yeah, because it was a ping pong table, and I think behind that's like just another bar where we can sit and watch.
But a couple of years ago, they had an actual ping pong tournament at Bandit Horn, and that was.
Get ready, BM Watt. Look at him; he's already ready to go.
What?
Yeah, they did.
I'm issuing an open call to the Seacoast Beverage Lab listeners. If anybody wants to challenge me at ping pong, I will meet you at Bandit Horn, and we will throw this shit down.
Winner gets a 4-pack of Dakaiju.
That's right.
Excellent.
Hey, that's a good idea. All these things that have competitive games, I should be actually playing people against them to get. I never even thought of that. It's like, winners find the next class.
Yeah, stop telling people to go down and do it. Just tell people to go down to like compete against you.
Right.
But real quick, Dan. Another good trip to Maine, and just another reason. I mean, this is gonna sound the way it is, but another reason why you don't need to go to Portland just for Maine beer. There's a lot of good excuses to go south of Portland now that are just like super easy to get to, and I mean, Route 1 is like Vegas Strip. It's awesome.
Yeah. Although speaking of Portland beer, we got a new brewery opened up last week that everyone was like, "What?" We knew it was coming, but didn't know when. And this is, the bar, the King's Head.
Yeah.
The old Rick opened up another place that's actually near Central Provisions on Wharf Street and called it the Mash Tun. And apparently it's a brew pub and craft beer bar together.
Huh.
But it literally opened a couple days ago, and everybody went, "Whoa, okay."
All right.
It's open now. I haven't been over there yet because it was like the day after I did all my rounds everywhere is when I heard about it. And then I was like, well, I just dropped a lot of dime on all the other breweries right now, so I think I'll wait till next week to go visit, but I will. But that one is, it's called the Mash Tun, and then actually this upcoming weekend is when Lone Pine is going to be opening up. Oh, I'm sorry, no, in a week, 2 weeks from now.
Nice.
So that's the one that's going to be across the street from where Bunker is.
Well, only in Maine can a brewery open up, and you're like, what? Does this happen?
Yeah,
but where everyone else is
the only one. So,
everyone's at the door, like open up.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's I got to say? Ben, did you get up to anything in the past week or so since we last chatted?
I was afraid you were going to ask me that.
I can ask you last.
No.
Did nothing. Yeah. Well, wait. Did we talk about? The orange stout was last week, or was 2 weeks ago? So yeah, your life is boring as shit right now. No.
Sure is.
No, come on. This is crazy. Yeah, you didn't do much, but we got a lot coming up, which we're gonna get to in a second. So hold that thought.
Hey, you want to tell us about all the chocolate you ate on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, go ahead.
Talking to me? I'm allergic to chocolate. It makes me have diarrhea.
It's a difference. Carla, did you get up to anything else? Oh, what did you go? Oh, a little tiny conversation.
I ate a lot of conversation arts.
I hate those damn things. Unless they're sweet tarts. Unless they're sweet tarts, I'm in. But
no, these are the ones that are softer and they're not tart. They're good.
Nice. Did you do anything else? You said you went to Barreled Souls. We missed each other by maybe an hour or so.
Yep. I
Anything
stopped
else?
in and interviewed both Tom and Mark Pollan about Dirigo, and that'll be the subject of my next Ballard column.
Nice.
So that was cool.
How about
And,
you got exclusive for us?
yeah, well, other than the fact that it's going to be awesome, I mean, like, there's not a lot of, like,
Boo.
secrets. But it's, they have a big space, and they are opening with a big brewery. So I'm kind of excited to see them kind of kick it off right from day one and just kind of get going in there.
Are they going to be lager-centric?
Yes, lager-centric, but not lager-exclusive. So they will be doing some non-lagers, but I think lagers are going to be their bread and butter
Nice.
for most of what they do. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, crazy. It's a 15-barrel brew house, but then they have crazy amounts of fermentation storage capacity right now. And yeah, it's going to be good. But their tasting room is very large, so I can see it's kind of on the size of what Bandit Horns was when they first opened. Now they've got more stuff, so they've been kind of like incurring into the.
Yeah.
But they have plenty of space, like a kind of a long bar in the middle, for people to hang out. But they have these gorgeous windows that look all the way down the river, like throughout the whole tasting room area. So lots of really nice natural light gets in there too.
Good things happen to good people.
Good things happen to good people.
Take that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like that. Hey.
is that an owl here? Let's see.
Ooh.
Speaking of which, no, not at all. Great segue. Sean, listen. Every year it comes up. We didn't talk about it all last week. I want to give you the stage a little bit just to give us your 2 cents on the craziness that's about to happen. I mean, Friday there's a pre-event, but we're talking Saturday's the kickoff. Of course, we're talking about Portsmouth Beer Week. It's here. What the hell is happening?
Well, as that's a great lead-in, Brian. As all of the listeners would already know by now, that the end of February starts off 10 days of awesomeness, covering from February 20th all the way. This year it's a weird year, ending on leap year, which is Monday, February 29th. Usually we end on the first Monday of March, and that's typically how the date is set, just so everyone knows what the dates are.
Thanks, leap year.
Thank you, leap year. But this is definitely this year. Unfortunately, the marquee event of the Seacoast Winter Brew Fest that you helped build along with us, we had to cancel that due to the location not being operating right now due to a fire in November. It was either late November or like right in the beginning of December.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess they're hoping to open up in March. I mean, that's like their early guess, but
Yeah, I don't know if March is going to come to fruition.
you look now and there's Serve Pro trucks out there every day, so they're
They're
trying
doing
at
a lot
least.
of doing a lot of construction on it. But it's just some
Yeah.
big hurdles that they have to get past. So
Yeah. Nevertheless, tons.
nevertheless,
you
the
have like
week
30
must
events
go
listed.
on.
Yeah, you have like 35 events so far listed, but more adding.
Yeah, I think I still have to add like 6 or 7 events.
Sweet.
Some of the marquee ones. There's a couple brand new things that we're doing this year. Taking a page out of the main handbook. We're trying to get 2015 freshman orientation beer sampling off the ground. It's honestly, I don't know how the Maine Brewers Guild does it, but it's a lot harder to coordinate than you could ever imagine.
But
Yeah. It's a pain.
Especially with the smaller guys, they don't have a lot of resources. It's not necessarily they're not members of the Brewers Guild of New Hampshire, so it's a little bit more of a challenge to kind of convince them to come on the one day that they're open of the week to come do an event
That's a good point.
someplace else. So right now we have 6 brewers confirmed, possibility of 2 more that people have never heard of. That may finally say yes this week. If not, we have a pretty solid 6.
Nice.
If you'd like, I can, because if you don't mind, I'd actually like to tell you what they are.
Yeah, I'm starting to listen now, and it looks like you add them as they come too. So stay tuned for that. But it is this Saturday.
It is this Saturday. Tickets still available. We're about halfway full of what we would like, but there's plenty more space in addition to that. The brewery list includes Neighborhood Brewing Company out of Exeter, New Hampshire,
Yep.
Hobbs Tavern and Brewing out of West Ossipee,
Cool.
The confusion some people have around Hobbs is that the restaurant opened in 2014, but the brewery did not open until actually 2015.
Yep.
Great North Brewing out of Manchester, New Hampshire, which is one of the fastest growing New Hampshire breweries at the moment. Moose Lake Brewing Company out of Troy.
I still think that's the funniest name ever.
Yeah.
So is it someone licking the moose or being licked by the moose? That's all I want to know.
And then Garrison City out of Dover, New Hampshire.
Yes.
Yeah.
A later brewery in the 2015 timeline was Third Colony out of Manchester, New Hampshire. I haven't actually had anything from Moose Lick or Third Colony, so it's going to be pretty exciting for me.
Yeah.
Out of the rest of the class that's listed there, unfortunately, Rockingham has their 1-year anniversary on the same weekend.
Oh, boo. Well, yay, but boo.
And a bunch of the other guys that we talked about in that list really have small staffs and didn't have the capacity to kind of send someone over for a couple hours.
There's a couple names on there that I'm surprised. There's one name on there that I'm surprised can't make it.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, unfortunately, and it's probably not Swift Current, but I guess Swift Current had some issues where they haven't been able to brew recently due to, I think, construction happening at Millie's or something of that nature, so they haven't had anything in the tanks. But there's a possibility that 2 on that list right there may be able to still join us on Saturday.
Sweet.
So if anyone's listening, we'd love to have you. Feel free to send me an email if you have any questions. It's hosted at Throwback Brewery. We're really excited to be partnering with them to be able to do this. So that's going to be very cool.
Yeah, and that's nice of Throwback to host it too, even though they're all veterans at this point.
Yeah. Exactly. And they have a perfect space, so we're going to be using the brew house and if need be, the space upstairs for the first time. So that'll be pretty cool.
Are you going to do the kind of round robin that they do with the main one, where you have people
same
in
idea? Speed dating.
Yeah, okay.
Speed dating format.
Yeah, 'cause that's a really good way to go, because then you don't overwhelm one small guy at once. You kind of have it spreads things out, makes it flow better.
It'd be cool if like a big brew fest did that, split everyone up in groups of whatever.
I know.
Go to the next one.
I think.
Yeah, it'd also be nice if everyone pressed the gas pedal when the right light turned green in traffic.
Exactly.
But that never happens. You know what I mean?
Yes, we all want these things, but
Before getting into the nitty gritty of each day, if I could just kind of mention the other key. There's basically 4 mark.
Who else is there?
2 are new. There are about 4 marquee events or premier events, featured events. Sorry, and 2 are new, and 2 are something we've got it done almost since year 1. So the next new one is actually on Wednesday night. It's a pond hockey invitational with breweries. There's 5 breweries. Unfortunately, we had someone drop out yesterday. It's going to be taking place at Strawberry Bank, and prior to that, there's a brewery social. Like we have some appetizers come in, and the breweries will be hosting their booth that you can come up and talk with them and have some samples. I think that's going to be $5, but it covers some hors d'oeuvres, which would be pretty cool. The existing events with a new place, but the same old song, IPA night at the Blue Mermaid. Used to be at TJ's.
Yep.
TJ's was a little bit tight. It was a little bit narrow. Blue Mermaid does have a little bit more space, and if they need be, there is an upstairs to that also.
Yeah.
So pretty excited about that. I'm also excited about the Brew Hampshire movie. We're playing it at 3S Art Space on Thursday night. For anyone listening, there is a discounted price when you buy in advance prior to the movie starting at 6 o'clock. So from 6 to 7 is a beer tasting, beer social.
Is that included with the ticket? That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah. Yep.
Sweet. Awesome.
Yeah. And so that's going to happen, and then the movie, and then you can drink beers while watching the movie.
I heard it's a nice place at 3S Art Space.
It's very nice. And then post the movie, there will be a panel.
Nice.
So there's 3 people on the panel right now. I'm just waiting for confirmation on 2 folks. So the panel includes Alex from Earth Eagle,
Nice.
Scott from Great Rhythm, and what else did I have on there?
Who's doing the Q&A?
Me.
What? Are you ready for the live stage?
I'm ready for the live stage.
The red carpet, the glitz, the glamour?
You were busy on Thursday night, Brian.
What are you talking about? I'm not busy out there. You never asked me, sir. Oh, I'd be there snapping fingers and whistling a new tune. No, get in there. I'll be there Thursday watching it because I want to see it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet either. You're more than welcome to participate in that if you'd like.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm scared of that. I like this live right here where I can see just you guys and not everyone else on the other side of the screen, so it's good.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, but the teaser's up on the site. It looks pretty good. I know they had played a version of it last year at the New Hampshire Brew Fest. I just heard a plow go down the street. Is it really snowing?
I don't know. It's not by me.
I'm scared right now. But yeah, so check it out. Again, the tickets they're $12 in advance. Sean was mentioning.
Yep, $50 at the door.
Yeah, so check it out. I believe it's 3sarts.org or just obviously portsmouthbeerweek.com for more info on that. What other events are you looking forward to besides all of them?
Basically, out of the 10 days, I think 7 of them, the Coat of Arms is doing something with the casks.
Yeah, and I was just there Friday, and Rob was they have their printed own little sheet of exactly what they're doing almost every night, and
some
including
rare beer
Monday night.
releases too.
Monday night, what's going on, Shauna? We're doing a podcast, me, you, Ben.
Exactly, and it's I guess we have to sing the neighborhood song.
Yeah,
Sesame Street.
I'll just download that. I'll just get a little MP3.
These are the people. That's been the one request, is that we sing the Sesame Street song.
Yeah. But Carly had the night off, of course. But we'll be talking to the guys from Neighborhood in Exeter, and they'll be having a little tap feature.
And a book released by Horst.
Yeah.
His 7th book.
Yeah. It's an
Horst
expensive.
Dornbusch.
That's cool.
It's an expensive book. Yeah.
I think that'll be our first live book release. I mean, we've had some authors on as yourself, but it's never
That's
in
neat.
person.
Hey, every episode we get an author on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
No, yeah, I know what you're saying, but yeah, it'll be there, and I'm not sure if they saved a keg of their new style of beer, but they're gonna have some good stuff there. Check it.
There's a bunch of sour events. There's a bunch of other beer releases, barley wine release. There will be the first local craft distillery event at the Coat of Arms, featuring
Nice.
Smoky Quartz, Sea Hag, and Tall Ships.
Nice, and then I think there's also a barrel-aged beer from Seven.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was a Tall Ships barrel that Seventh Settlement used to age beer in.
Cool. And then we talked about it a little bit. They're doing the Hangover Cure tour again. We're gonna check out 2 new breweries that are one new brewery that's opening up, and then one brewery that's getting their own space finally.
Yep. So the bus will be taking people from Wim to Liar's Bench, and some of the folks at Liar's Bench are already in the industry, whether in the restaurant business or / brewed at I think Spunny Nose.
Nice.
And then there'll possibly be a stop into Great Rhythm's new spot.
Yes, which is the old Frank Jones.
Very close to it.
Close to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not positive. I guess it's a pretty big space though.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
He's also releasing 6-pack cans during the week for the first time.
Great Rhythm is?
Yep.
Whoa, what? 12 ounce?
12-ounce Resonation.
Stop it! Really? That's big news.
Big
That's
news.
awesome. Wow. Releasing it where?
Well, I think he was packaging it this week, and it's being.
In the stores?
Yeah, in the stores next week.
Wow, that's exciting news right there. I gotta tell BM Watts when he gets back. Good for them. So yeah, what else? I mean,
it's hard to. I could go through every single thing here. That
Nope.
Throwback always does a different year night themed. Last year was 80s. This year it's 90s. You can come dressed up to that at the Coat.
90s. Oh man, I'm missing that. That's
wear your Zach Morris or your AC Slater pants. Weird, like.
There's a couple new venues this year that haven't kind of dabbled into it. In previous years, Franklin Oyster House wasn't there, but Jump Jay's Cafe, Fish Cafe,
cool.
Moxie's, and Vita
Federal Cigar.
Federal Cigar. They've done some stuff before, and they were always part of the Brewfest. But
But I mean, their new place now though is glorious. Look at BM with watch the video, people. Don't just listen to the thing. Ben's doing some good. What do you call that?
I've got all these It's a Girl cigars.
Yes.
The Row 34 is also new to Beer Week.
True story.
Yeah.
And you should go because again, one of the best tap lists on the Seacoast, I believe. But they're doing a good Biggie Meets Tupac thing where it's Stone Face versus Stone beers. You can get some oysters there as well. But yeah, that's good stuff. Then there's the hot as hell brunch is usually a staple event of the week.
Yep, they do that one at the Blue Mermaid. So there's a lot of new stuff along with some existing goodies in there.
Yes. So yeah, PortsandBeerWeek.com. You're gonna be seeing Sean. You go out every night, Sean.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think so.
Oh, whoa! You're the guy that runs the week. What are you talking about? Unfortunately.
Well, 10 days. Going out 10
totally
days in a row, it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, like, even, when they do Portland Beer Week, same thing. Like, I go out, almost every night the whole time. And just the physical act of, okay, I'm not going home yet after work, I'm going out, being social for that long. It's a slog. As much as these events are so fun, it's just, for people like you, Sean, you're organizing it, or for me who's, trying to get people hyped about it and covering it, it's just, I hear you. I feel you on that. But not to say that any of these things aren't worth going to. They totally are. It's just that, for the organizers, it's a lot more exhausting than it is fun sometimes.
Now, have you guys taken a look at the rare beer list for Thirsty Moose?
I did, but
No, I have not.
It's a lot, which makes me concerned that they're not going to put it all in one place.
That's good. It's going to be all available on the same night.
Okay.
Wow.
But let me see what is going on.
So throw some examples at me.
Yeah, what day is it? Sorry.
It's Monday night.
I see it. Yeah. Oh, Monday. Yes, we got a little Old Rasputin the 14th. Is that?
Wow.
We got Dogfish Bitches Brew. I'm always a big fan.
That's a good one.
Ballast Point Victory at Sea Peanut Butter. The 21st Amendment 2015 He Said She Said Baltic Porter and Triple. Little Oscar Blues Hot Box. Little Two Roads Root of All Evil. Bourbon County. I mean, we have Allagash Avance, or is it Avance?
Avance?
We'll never know.
I would say Avance, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Good old Brett and I from Swanee Nose.
Very nice, tasties.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one a lot. I haven't had that in a while.
And Bourbon County Barley Wine, which is rare. It's rare even in bottles, so that'll be. I'm probably gonna head there right before doing the podcast. So that's my excuse for if that thing tanks.
That might actually be draft.
That's what I'm saying is that's like talk about rare. So
yeah, there will be some Regal Rye Stout.
Nice.
In bottles and Lolita, and I had some Lolita this year. It's nice tart.
Sweet, yeah. So go there right before going to the podcast night. Yeah, and then I've made a commitment to go to every night, which I haven't done even when I was super involved in the week. So you're gonna try to find me, and I'll try to write a log, not even a blog, just a log on a notepad of what the hell I've done. But I'll be out there every night.
And Carla, have you heard of Banded Horn Jolly Woodsman?
Oh yeah, that's the one that's I believe it's an imperial stout with the coffee too, right? It's really good. It is super.
So this list is just ridiculous.
It's a good list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the beers that you're not going to be able to pick up at your corner grocery store. These are the beers that you are going to want to try them if they're on this list at all. Like you might not see them again for a while. So
yeah,
that sounds like a great lineup, and I'm ticked I'm missing it. So.
And it's one of those things where now it's up to everyone to spread the word. So if you're listening or watching, and even if you're not from the area but know someone that's in the area, make sure they know about this because it's coming in. It's coming up fast, and it's going to be the entire week, and all the venues are in on it. So, and the best part is, if you can't make some of the ticketed events, there's always something else going on during the week where you just go and just grab a beer themed for something. So. Yeah,
and I'm kind of excited, like you guys were saying, there's a couple new venues, a couple new events this year, so it's not, if you've been to one, you have not been to all of them, trust me.
And there's a couple of good, I think there's 2 bar crawls on this, one hosted by, I believe, Harpoon.
Wow.
So there's actually 3 bar crawls.
Get going.
Wow.
Both on 2 different Saturdays and one on the Wednesday night.
Nice.
And the Wednesday night ones that if you're friends of Harpoon, you get your first beer free.
I was. I think I
Good.
thought. Well, maybe I'll show that email. Did they send the email out first?
You don't have to get the email. You just have to show that you have a card or something.
Damn it! I lost the card. It's all right. I just want a free beer. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't really? At the end of the day.
The thing I forgot to mention so far, just because I don't know when I can announce it.
Oof, nice. Glucy. See, Ben's ears perked up.
For the second year in a row, there may be there might be 2 badges for Ports of the Beer Week.
2 Untapped badges we're talking about.
Yeah. So remember last year, you had the regular Ports of the Beer Week badge, and then you had the second level of Ports of the Beer Week Superstar.
Which was go to 10 different events?
10 venues.
10 venues. Yeah.
10 venues. Easily done because the.
Well, if you do one of those bar crawls, you'll be at like 5 of them, right?
Exactly.
True.
And I made it so that even if you don't see that they're on a list, there's a probably good chance that if they've done something in the past or they're crafty, that it counts as a location spot. So
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that. And from real quick, what I heard, if you have iOS, which is iPhone, there's a pretty sweet update for the Untapped, which I'm pissed as an Android user that I don't have. And it's the ability to group your friends in separate lists to look at their check-ins. There's also a barcode scanning thing, which obviously wouldn't apply at bars, but and also tagging friends in check-ins, which is pretty cool. So Frosty was showing me a couple of things, and I'm jealous of you iPhone users, but I still have an Android, so Android. Anyway, Sean, badges, can we expect them starting, if they come out, starting Saturday?
Yep, starting Saturday is the badge.
Very
so we'll see.
sweet.
We'll see who can get it on the first Saturday.
I'm going in. I'm just gonna wake up and just go to the first place.
And all of the local breweries count too.
Oh, sweet. That's good. So yeah, I mean, because
So if you go on a tour, I mean, so on what I didn't list because there's so many breweries is like their open hours during the week. It's kind of like, hey, here's their website. You can go on their Facebook if you're in the area and you want to stop in. It'll be just really too hard to say like, well, so and so is open between 11 and 3. So I mean, it would just be
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
And there's 2 bottle releases I see here. Earth Eagle are doing 2 separate bottle releases.
One of them's canceled.
They're doing 1 bottle release, which is crazy. I won't ask you. Well, which one isn't? Just can you tell me?
Yeah, it's on. I had to update the thing. It says postponed. Sorry, for the Chaga Grove.
Oh, Chaga Grove. Oh, Chaga Grove's a great name because China Grove is a great song, and I hope that is where that came from. Anyway,
I don't know, but they still do have the release of the Fallen Angel barley wine.
Is that Boston that sings that?
Yum.
Whoa, Chaga Grove.
I'm saying it. No, it's Doobie Brothers. Ricky's gonna be pissed if he's watching. It's sorry, but yeah. So they're doing the barley wine. It's still gonna be there, which is good. But note.
I don't know if you've heard. Did you hear about North Country's barrel aged cider?
So I saw that on the list. Is that still happening?
That's the one that they did in collaboration with Strawberry Bank.
But they're releasing it at Earth Eagle?
I don't know. That's what I'm told.
Hey, whoa!
Just because it's a better, more centralized venue to have a release party. I think it's just a collaboration of like a group of people who.
It's on a Wednesday too, so I think maybe they're trying to like bring that out to Wednesday. Where I don't know if they're open on Wednesday up in Rollinsford.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm down for it. Jeez, I know Ben will be out on Monday, so we're gonna hopefully get to a couple of these events. But yeah.
And I don't know the full beer list for the New Hampshire Nano Brewery Tap Takeover at Earth Eagle, but they're gonna have 6 different beers on. From I know Lone Wolf is one of them.
Talk about a brewery, and I mean we talk about Earth Eagle every damn show because Earth Eagle, but talk about a brewery that has like one of the best tap lists that aren't even their own beers. Like their guest list is top notch. I mean, even as of like during Extreme Beer Fest week, they had some good stuff on, and they had a whole Gruit lineup once, but they still like to treat everyone nice and have their own beers, 6 beers and 6 beers of guests. I don't know if you guys experienced good guest beers there. But
And for anyone listening that's kind of just trying to navigate the site, there's two different ways you can kind of find it easy. You can look at the individual calendar entries and something you want to go. You can easily click a button and we'll add it to your own individual calendar. And that's going to have all the details about the individual event. But also from the front page, there's an entry for a running list of events where you can kind of look at them just by a short title and a time and location, kind of running list for the day. And as I add something, I update both spots.
where was that second spot? Sorry.
It's called the running list of events. It's
Running
you access it from the front page,
Oh yeah.
and so it kind of gives you.
Wow, this would help me big time today because I made this exact same list based off of the calendar. No, that's awesome. I had time to kill, but that's awesome. Yes,
Yeah.
this is perfect.
So I try to make it so that you can kind of either way works for you. So like
Cool.
on the running list, it shows 2 week-long events that it's hard to put into the calendar. But there's going to be a menu special at the Franklin Oyster House and at Moxie. So that's kind of I use both when I'm trying to. I look at this and then I look at the individual calendar. I'm trying to get all the beers from each venue, but sometimes it's hard that they don't tell me what beers they're actually going to put on, and so I'm hoping that even the day of, someone's like, hey, here's the additional beers that are going on here, so I can update it.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously keep an eye on PortsmouthBeerWeek.com. Train might go by. I'm not going to hear it anyway. It's happening this Saturday to the following Monday, which is outstanding. It's more than a week, so you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't go to at least one event. Check it out. And Sean will be there. You'll see me. And again, we're doing a podcast on Monday. It's going to be which is a disclaimer. We won't be doing a live podcast on Monday, maybe. And if we do, it'll be janky at best. But we're going to have a no-show week just so we can record this one. But we'll put it up on the same feed as usual a couple days after. But
I was told I have to bring a computer for me and a computer for you for Monday.
I need 2 computers also.
You need another computer I need to bring 3 computers?
I need 2 computers.
you need to? All right.
One for DJ.
Oh, yeah. So I was asked on Friday to try to at least get a video version of it, so we're going to try to do it. And I mean, it should be fine. But that's how all good things start, is by saying it should be fine.
Yeah. Well, I think if I'm going to, comparing logistics from last year, I don't think it'll be easy to sit in a chair. I think we'd have to have a table set up, and I'd have to sit behind the table.
High table.
And, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so again, check out PortsmouthBeerWeek.com. We have a couple other news articles up on here. I don't know if we want to go through those really, really quick. But I saw, Sean, you had posted that. Actually, let's go to the fun facts. Because Sean, you posted something about Oscar Blues. What do you got going on with Oscar Blues? A little fun fact action?
Yeah, so Oscar Blues last week announced 3 additional states that they're going to expand distribution to. And the interesting thing is that there's 1 state left that they're not in for the United States. You guys know what state it is?
South Dakota.
Nope, that's one of the new ones.
Mississippi.
Nope.
Oh, good guess.
Alaska.
Say the. Would you say, Ben?
Is it continental only?
It is continental. Yes.
Okay. Alabama.
Oh,
Nope.
Ben, go.
New Hampshire.
Because you don't see it on the shelf.
I don't see it that often.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, what is it?
It's good old Montana.
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 Oh man, Growlithe must be ticked.
And it's
Hell,
so
that
close to
was
Colorado.
sorry, man.
Or he may not be. He may say, hey, we're gonna go down in a history book of a fun fact that Montana will be once they line up full distribution. That'll be the last state that Oscar Blues goes into.
Save the best for Montana. I mean, last. That's
Well,
what that.
Think about it. We're almost about the same to have the same story for New Belgium.
That's
Because
true.
outside of the 6 New England or the 5 New England states,
Yeah. That'll be a big get. But I think what do we just have in Massachusetts? What did Wicked Weed just come in? So I mean, we're
only high spotting. They have family here, I guess.
okay. Wait, what's high spotting mean? What kind of term is that?
That means they send in small amounts and it only goes to targeted pre-sold accounts.
We're learning stuff here every day. That's awesome.
See, new words.
Yeah, I like learning stuff.
Learn the
It's a
thing.
great movie too, High Spotting.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Right next to Train Spotting. But I'll make a correction to myself. 6 New England states, not 5.
Sweet.
Sometimes you have to count Connecticut, although they're very New Yorkish.
That's good to know, Montana.
Hey, whoa.
What do you got?
Connecticut back talk.
Hey, Two Roads has made me shut up about all of my Connecticut back talk. Okay, like
Two Roads in
Two
New
Roads
Hampshire now.
has shut my mouth
We did
about complaining about the Connecticut beer scene. They can be the entire Connecticut beer scene for all I have respect for them now.
Just wait till you try
Wait
a
till
little.
you get up on some of that Steady Habits nonsense.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Steady habit. Get in there. It's awesome.
And the other fun fact was that might be 3 years or 4 years coming that the Ipswich Ale Brewery, which opened up to have a restaurant space connected to them, called the Ipswich Ale Brewers Table, is finally open. They did a beer release tonight for the first time, and it just makes it another new North Shore destination to go to and check out. The restaurant space is pretty big.
That's in Ipswich?
Yep.
I
And
can tell Momo.
It's all glass, so you can kind of see the action from where you are.
You got to text Momo after this and tell him because he's in there. He's in Ipswich, so he'd be down to that.
He might already know.
All right. Yeah, if he doesn't, that's why he left the podcast. No, I'm kidding. He's not up on it. So yeah, let's go quickly down. Is anyone have anything going on in the next week? I know we talked about in length for me, Ben, and Sean. But Carla, do you have anything planned for the weekend and the following week, beer related?
I am doing kind of my periodic update with Sean from the Brewers Guild to kind of catch up each other with news because I maintain a list of all the breweries in Maine and we trade notes as to who's in planning and who's not. So that's happening for me this week. So it's more of a data geek thing, but I will be back to be able to having a better answer of how many breweries are there in Maine because apparently if one can open under my nose, then I'm not surprised that there are other ones that could too. I'm just going to be working on a bunch of stuff. Next week, I'm missing Portsmouth Beer Week again because there's a conference that I go to every year for work that is always falls on that same week. So I will be down in New Orleans for a ocean conference, and so I will be missing out on most of that. I don't know what my plans are for the weekend, so if I get ahead on my work, I might come back out on the weekend and see what's kicking around.
2 things in New Orleans that I know: Tin Roof and Jada Cody. No, not and Rusted. And
Yes.
Jada.
Rusted.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just about to say.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
You don't know Jambalaya?
I'm there for a conference. I don't get a lot of time to play this particular trip. So, but I have been down there before, and my favorite thing is the beignets at Café du Monde. Those are really, really good. I woke up really early.
Are you attending or are you presenting?
My boss is actually presenting, so I'm a co-author on a presentation, but she's going to actually be giving the presentation. And then I'm attending a lot of the other sessions for all the various projects that I'm on. I know a lot of people at this conference. It's kind of like my professional world. All the ocean scientists are all in one spot for this conference every 2 years. Yeah.
Sweet deal, man. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
while you're trying to enjoy that, try to get a good beer or so out there. I mean, I don't know what the weather's like.
It really isn't a beer town, and I'm sorry to Nora and the people who are like very advocate. They're advocating for it to be more so, but I will say it's not their primary beverage of choice down there. So it'll be good though. It'll be fun. It'll be warmer at least than here, I think. So that'll be nice.
For sure. I mean,
Well, I don't know. We're gonna get 50 by Wednesday.
Free at last. Oh boy.
54. You know, it's funny. I left my house at 7 o'clock on Sunday morning. My car said -11, and it got as low as -13. And I was like,
It's not getting better.
Yeah, but by 11 it was like, oh, it's only -7. Then I saw like -4, and then today I was like, oh, it's 21 degrees. So to see that swing within like,
Get the shorts out. Let's go.
yeah, ridiculous.
Ben, real quick, before you get kicked off one more time, anything going on in the next this weekend? Beers you're trying to go after? Anything?
Boy. I'm honestly just excited for Portsmouth Beer Week. I think there's some awesome stuff going on. Looking at that calendar, man, I want to get after so much of that. If anybody has any advice for how to escape while your wife is pregnant, tweet at me at BMWatts. Excuses for drinking beer while your pregnant wife remains home watching the Vanderpump Rules. Let me know what the best plans are for that. I would really appreciate it.
I got it.
Blindfolded and kidnapped?
First tip is to call me. I'll go watch Vanderpump Rules. You just go out, have a great time. Great show talking about. I think Sean, we should do some periscoping as well throughout the week.
Definitely.
People that can,
Yes, I want to live vicariously. Yes.
so bring an extra battery, all that noise, because that should be good times. Sean.
Well, what we can do is that while we're broadcasting live, we can have someone Periscope.
Man, that's meta.
Double down.
Man, big time. That's like looking through the Looking Glass twice.
Yeah,
do you have anything?
maybe Carla will log in and be in the chat room.
Oh man, just
That'd be fun.
tapping the screen for the hearts as the kids do. Sean, any final things before next week?
No, just stay tuned to the website. I know that there's a couple different things. You can find an article in the Hippo. I know you wrote some stuff for the Herald, so we're trying to get the word out there. And please come out and support some of these events because it's a great time to show our love for beer and check in Untapped.
Awesome, and you can see the final image of Ben Watts right there. We're going to call this podcast to a close. Again, for Ben, Carla, Sean, Brian from Seacoast Beverage Lab, and thanks for listening to the Seacoast Beverage Lab podcast. We'll be back on the 29th with another all-new episode for you. Cheers, guys.
Leap year.
Cheers.
Bye.